Hey guys, it's about that time. Welcome back. It's me, your host He-Bot, and this is Toys in My Closet. And today we're going to take a look at none other than the Storm Collectibles Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition E-Honda. One of the most underrated and probably most disliked or underused character for in the Street Fighter actual series. And the really beautiful thing about this is that we never really gotten a lot of E-Honda figures, especially that look this good and at this quality. So we're going to take a look and dive in and see what it has to offer. So sit back, relax, have a digital drink, and join me for the ride. Let's take a look at E-Honda and my look at it and my review, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and join me for the ride. I'll see you guys really soon. So real quick, let's take a look at the box that it comes with. You see, it's still in the same style and aesthetics as all Storm Collectible Street Fighter boxes and most Storm Collectibles in general. It has a nice open window box, a beautiful artwork. In this case is a digital 3D rendering of the actual polygon character model of the game of E-Honda. And you see that it says Storm Collectible Championship Edition E-Honda there, and on the top it says ages 17 and up. I have some of the accessories that he comes with still in the packaging, as you can see. You turn it around, or turn it to the side rather, and you see it says E-Honda on the top. Another picture of him in his kimono, or his, what this is called, I forget what it's called, for sumo wrestlers, and the logo in the back. Obviously you have the promotional shots of the figure here in the back, as you see there. I don't think he comes with this blast effect, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta take a better look at it, but it's there for whatever reason. And then, you know, really nice legalese writing, right up, same thing. Other side, another promotional shot, which is exactly the same. And then on the top, as always, it has the Street Fighter logo with the sponsor, which is Capcom, because they own the property for Street Fighter. So that's it for the box. For those of you that are mint on card, it's safe to say that you are in good hands, because they are continuing the same aesthetics, and you won't have to worry about it not looking properly on your shelf with your other collection. So let's take a look at E-Honda out of packaging. And here we have Mr. E-Honda out of packaging. And of course, as always, first impressions always, you know, are very important. And as you can see, he looks fantastic. He looks absolutely stunning, because he looks like he just came right out of the game in 3D figure form. And obviously this is the classic look. They do have a variant color that is the green and white, but I mean, I've always loved to have every character in their first classic actual look for anything. I just don't feel like it's the right character when, you know, when it's always the different costume. The one that was defaulted is the one that I first was introduced to, and that's how I, you know, enjoy these figures. So let's take a closer look and bring them up front. As you can see, the insert in the back, as always, really nice. Forgive me for it has fallen. It's basically like in traditional Storm Collectible fashion. It's the stage in which E-Honda fights in. So it's nice that the insert can be used as a background. It'd be great to have the space for it. Most people probably don't, because it takes a lot of, you know, how do you call it, retail space. Like, it just takes a lot of your area, you know, real estate. Basically, it takes a lot of real estate, so it's kind of hard to do it. But if you have it, hey, look, kudos to you, and you know, more, you know, shout outs to you. So let's take a look real quick at E-Honda up close and personal. And as you can see, this is the face he comes with on, and he looks absolutely beautiful. from the paint tattoos in the red in his face to the shimmer in his eyes, as you can see there, that you can almost see the hazelness from the eyes, the detail with the matte black in his hairs, the lining, all of the detailed cuts from his hair. There you see up close the chin line with the little, you know, chin, what you call it, the little, that thing there, the little chin dimple, I guess, or cut, the nose definition, everything. The ears, really well painted, really nicely done with the bun, and you turn it around and you see that even in the back, you know, with the way they did the hairdress, a little ponytail right there, looks really good. And he is very, 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 very heavy. I'm holding on my hands and my wrist literally hurts. I'm holding him up. Then you see the chest lines, you know, paint job, the cuts there, and the definitions, which they try to hide the, you know, the actual articulation pretty good. You see the manipulage, the unit piece for the butterfly and the shoulders, you know, the arm, obviously with the cuts, with the best that you can hide it. Then his beautiful, you know, turban or whatever he's called, gi, and, you know, whatever that's called, I forget the name of it, the proper term, so forgive me for that, for the sumo wrestlers. Painted really well. As you guys know, when I did my Streets of Rage Axel Stone review, his shirt that was like this, made in the same material with the same paint, was really bad. It had a lot of paint blemishes. So this is open, and if you look underneath, he has the red trunks. You see all the definitions in the thighs and the muscles. Plain human skin, you know, the chin, and then the calf and the back. And then you see his foot, really nicely detailed. No paints on the toes or nothing, but really nice and detailed, with the vein line and muscle work in the top, as you see. And then, you know, the baby blues, the actual darker blues here with the whites. So he is definitely very simple but effective. He is for sure E Honda. Okay, and this is his accessories, which, to be honest, I don't really consider them accessories, because it's basically, you know, hand gestures that are changed, and you know, obviously face portraits that are changed to give you more flexibility, so that you can give them different expressions and poses. Meaning accessories is something that you actually, you know, use with the figure for particular things, or like guns, or maybe even different clothing, you know, staffs, whatever. E Honda never had that, so I understand why they did that. But you do get some nice special effects. So we'll start off with the fisted one, which was what you saw he came with on. These are the two closed fists. He has one set of those, as you see there. And then he has the open hand, like he's ready to kind of show like a martial arts kind of pose, or he's going to blast something out of his hand, so to speak. Then we'll come right over here, and his third set of hands is his open hands, like a kung fu karate chop style. You see they're very nicely detailed and painted, but still with the human flesh skin. And then the last set is these kind of grip position, like if you're going to grab somebody by the neck or the throat, or crush something, or in a crouching tiger kind of, you know, stance. So those are the 4 sets of hands. And then the second portrait he comes with, which you saw in the beginning of the video, which is one of my favorites, is the one where he's kind of yelling. This eye looks like it's kind of looking over there that way a little bit, but in person it doesn't really look like that, but it does on the camera. So also very well painted with a nice matte black matte on the hair on the top, with some glistening and some weathering to give it like a sheen and dry look at the same time. And you see his open mouth, you can see right in his mouth with the tongue. Really well done. And then the second or third portrait he comes with is this mean one where he's kind of crunching his teeth, or grinding them rather, because he looks frustrated, or kind of in the angry stages, or early angry stages. Also very well painted, which is really nice. And the consistencies on all three portraits from the paint job are very consistent. They look very well done. They don't look like they're different from each other. You can't tell any disparities, which is great. Then he comes with this one piece that attaches to the other piece, which is a very vibrant orange translucent with white and a hint of yellow, which is looks like there's a blast effect, which goes connected with this one. So it's all one piece. So I don't know if you want to consider this as separate accessories or just one whole piece, because together they form the one effect. So this is really nicely done in that plastic as well. And then it has this nice smoke effect, I guess. It's supposed to look like smoke coming out from the back of when he does it. It looks almost like a star in the middle, and it's very big, as you see. It's a nice, very big size, and it has weight. And then this is just the stand that it comes with, that's clear, with the pegs to stand it so that you can put this and display it with it together. So not much in the way of accessories, except for just really a lot of flexibility and posability options for the figure when you put them on your display, which again is great. That's not a bad thing at all. It's just he doesn't bring the traditional style accessories as we would think, like a gun or some staff or size or swords or stuff of that nature, because Honda is not known for that. So let's take a look at his articulation. Okay, people, let's take a look at his articulation, starting with the head. So he does go left, right. He looks back or up that much. He looks down very well that much. And then obviously you can do tilts from left to right. Now it's a little bit harder because the figure is still fairly new, but I always like how the Storm Collectibles uses that soft plastic that makes it feel like it's a natural, it's moving naturally with the skin like a real human being, which I think is cool. It takes a little getting used to, because the rubber kind of pushes up, because it's an overlay over the skeleton underneath of the articulation, so it tends to ride up and pop up the head. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad. So his shoulders has the butterfly joint, as I said earlier, pointed out, and it does move very nicely. The shoulders go up about that much, which is a lot. It's a good range. See how the overlay just popped out, like exactly what I said, just popped out the head, because again because of the movement here when I moved the shoulder up, and the shoulder, it made this part right up. So his hands do go up 180 degrees. He has the bicep swivel, the double on the elbow, but hidden so you can't really see it, so but it doesn't go up that much. And then he has the ball peg on the wrist. Now it's funny how a lot of people love to say that this looks ugly on McFarlane Toys. which I can understand why, but it works well, right? So this is a more premium figure that costs probably triple of what a McFarlane toy costs, and yet here is their solution. They didn't put an overlay where it makes the hand go down, ride down lower, or this part of the forearm to ride up higher to hide the peg. So it is what it is, but I'm just saying a lot of people are hypocritical about that. So it goes inwards, outwards. Obviously, you know, you have the swivel and you can move the peg at the other direction. And as far as the torso, you have that torso cut and movement. Like I said, sorry about that. Torso cut and movement that you can move it, you know, just a little like that, or you can move it back like that, which is hyperextended without moving the waist area. And you see that it has a cavity in there, but you know, it's part of the design. It's not something that is meant to, look realistic to the point where it's real life, right? It is an interpretation of a figure. So then he has obviously the waist swivel, and you see how easy. And I bet that's one of the reasons why a lot of people complain about this figure, because since he's so girthy and wide, it seems like that piece just rides up way too much, way too easy, and the head keeps popping off, as you've seen in front of me. It's not broken, but it just keeps popping off. So he can move, you know, or tilt left and right, and then if you do the whole entire movement to the front, as I'm trying to do here, you can see that he bends forward that much, and then he can bend and hyperextend back that much. And you see, it's not me making it up. His head just keeps falling down, and I guess it's because, like I said, it's way too high, and the peg is not long enough, and you know, it keeps just popping it off. So as far as the, you know, the crotch and the thigh, you know, he has the obvious really good range thigh swivel, and he can do really, really good Van Damme split, as you see there. Really, really good amount, especially for being so big and girthy. And then obviously he has the, you know, let me see if I can show you, the double in the knee. And then he has the rocker, very good rocker. His feet goes up only that much, or his foot, and then it goes back and rides back only about that much. And then he has the toe cut, or the toe articulation, so he can kick up maybe his foot. That's there every time. I told you the head keeps just popping off. He can kick up about that much, which is not too bad, and then kick back probably about that much. That's it. So the articulation is there. It's definitely there, but you're gonna have to deal with the nuisance of his head continuously falling off on him. And believe me, he's making me make a mess here because the head is flying off everywhere. So his articulation is really good. Works really well. It works really well, but you gotta have patience because that head is just gonna keep popping off. And real quick, what we'll do is I'll show you how he looks like with his other heads. This is the one where he's, you know, crunching his teeth, like so. And then this one here, the next one will be with him, with his yelling, angry face. So there you go. Looks cool. All right, so now let's take a look at him set up with the, effect piece that he comes with. So here is he Honda with his effect. And to be honest with you, I don't know how to put that piece onto the, you know, the fire effect or the blast effect. because I think that they forgot to drill in holes in the effect itself so that you can plug it in with the stand. So I kind of just using it as leverage so it'll fall off easily. But you can display it. That's what it would look like. So he looks pretty cool. Like, I mean, it looks cool. The idea is cool. I kind of thought it would look like the way it would, like when he is doing the slapping of the hands in front of him together, which I thought that's what it probably would be. But I guess it would have to be a little bit lower, and he would have his hand. He would have to have his hands in front of him. So let's see if I can get it to look that way. So here he is slapping the slap crap out of Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. So that's where you would see that effect. As far as I remember, it would be a mist of smoke in white, but you know, he's slapping him hard. And as you see, this is what it would initially would look like if you're posing him on your, you know, shelf. So I guess it works. You know, it works, and that's what matters. So now let's do some comparisons and see what how he stacks up next to some other sizable figures of his same scale. So here he is again next to Liu Kang from McFarlane's Mortal Kombat line, from Mortal Kombat 11, and obviously from the McFarlane line also you have Shao Kahn, and you know that Shao Kahn is a pretty nicely, you know, sized figure. So next to him you see kind of the idea. He's very girthy and mass, and he stacks up in size a nice amount. You know, I would say about, he's a little bigger and taller than Liu Kang, and stacks up pretty nicely next to someone like Shao Kahn. So you know, it's pretty nice in size. So let's take a look at, I don't know, let's put in some other figures in here real quick. Let's put him next to let's put next to him somebody smaller. The Power Rangers in Space Pink Ranger, which you can see they're more in the 6-inch line, and you can see how much smaller they stack up. And then let's do another Marvel Legends Hasbro product, which is the Miles Morales PS4 edition, I believe. Miles Morales PS4 Spider-Man, which I really don't like the figure, the bottom of the figure, because he doesn't know how to stand right. Let's put it on there real quick. He keeps falling. He doesn't stand up right for whatever reason, but just to put it there. And you see they're both very small in scale. Next to him, let's bring in a couple more. Let's do, let's see what else we can bring in here. Let's do the Farm Toys Lobo. As you can see how he stands next to him. And the Marvel Legends, because he's a little bit like him himself, you know, Marvel Legends Hercules. You see the Lobo towers over him as far as the height, but girth wise he still takes both of them. And then obviously Hercules, you know, kind of looks a little bit dwarfy next to it. So let's do the Mythic. Let's do a smaller Mythic Legion. The Stinkor homage at the moment. Please, I have a brain fart right now. Forgot his name. But you see how much shorter he is. And let's bring in the Super 7 just to kind of give you an idea, Super 7 Arnold Schwarzenegger, Conan the Barbarian from the movie. And you see that the height difference and disparity is there, but you could still put them together on yourself and they'll still look quite nice. You know, don't look too bad. So move him, and move my brother over here, and let's do one last comparison. Let's bring in somebody like Mirror Master from the Mattel DC Universe. Mirror Master, and then we'll bring in the Mezco Toys classic comic Hellboy, which stacks up pretty nice next to him as far as the size, as you see. It's pretty nice and tall. So yep, now let's move on to my final thoughts on what I think about the figure, and you know, see if he's worth picking up or not. So guys, my final thought is the figure is absolutely stunning. Definitely worth your money, but you have to, you know, I have to be honest with you guys, and you got to keep in mind that this is a more premium priced figure. This is a Storm Collectibles, which is overseas. I believe they're Japanese, if I'm not mistaken. I used to think that they were from the UK, and somebody, you know, corrected me, and I believe they were absolutely right, and that was my mistake. But regardless, you know, they are from Japan, I believe, and overseas, so the figure was originally $80 or on sale, and the thing with Storm Collectibles, they make a certain amount, and once they sell out, they have to get on a wish list, and until they can restock, and sometimes that restock could take anywhere from a year to 2 years, because they have other figures that they got to bring out and meet other quotas for other figures that they make. So you're probably going to have to get into the secondary market. I was lucky enough to find them in Macquarie, and a guy was really nice enough to give me a decent price, a realistic price. He basically gave it to me at cost, and I just paid the shipping of what it cost, which I was very grateful, because he helped me out big time. And there's only a few more figures that I wanted to add to my Street Fighter collection, because I didn't want too many. I just wanted, you know, more of the main core characters, like Vega, if they make Vega. I needed Guile still, that's out there, but that's pretty much it. I have, you know, Akuma, Ken, Ryu, Sagat, E Honda, and, you know, I would like the Guile and maybe a Vega. And I think that would be okay with me, you know, or Dawson, if they make Dawson. So if I have those main killers from the original game, I will be happy to have a nice little Street Fighter display, right? So, you know, basically he is a little bit more premium priced, but if you're a Street Fighter fan, you're not gonna have a problem doing that. The other thing is, beware of scalpers, because or bootleggers, because they sell bootleg versions sometimes, which they're cheaply made, and they'll still charge you the right retail price, or even more, and, you know, get away with that stuff. So please be careful with that, and be mindful. Always look at the ratings, how long they've been selling, their feedback, their comments, their complaints, how many complaints they've had, you know, depending on where you're buying it, of course. So guys, I give it a thumbs up. Definitely a must buy. You guys, this has been an absolute pleasure. E Honda from the Storm Collectibles Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. He is a figure that came out last year, early last year. But I didn't get to review him because I didn't have my hands on him, my possession, and I had him for a while, but I just haven't had a chance to really review him, just like Sagat. So I figured I'd review them now. What the heck? And give my point of view from what I feel about the figure. The head situation, definitely a negative. Comes out way too easy, and they need to put lumber pegs, in my opinion, since that piece is always going to ride up, since it's that plastic, every time you move it is connected together. And the way they're engineered, of course. So leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, leave a thumbs down if you didn't like the video, share the video with someone you think might like it. And as always, thank you for all you guys continue to give me support, because without you the channel will never be sustained. If you're new to the channel and like what I did, thank you for stopping by. And if you subscribe, I'm completely humble and grateful, because I know you didn't have to, but since you did, just remember I consider you now part of the family. You guys can always find me on social media, on Instagram under C_respect, on Twitter under the most powerful gaming historian. You can also find me obviously on online digital fronts through the game consoles like Xbox and Nintendo Switch under He.8, and on the PlayStation under Al Fell from Sky on the PSN network. If you guys ever want to help me out in any way, shape, or form, like from the kindness of your heart, because you like what I do and you want to help my channel grow and me to continue to make great content, or premium content, or better quality presentation, it will go a long way. It will help me out, but it's only if you could and you have the means to. It's not necessary, and it's not obligated, so it's only from the kindness of your heart, like I said, and I keep reiterating. You can do it with the information down in the description below with my Patreon and my PayPal information. Or if you want to make a donation to the channel, or want me to, highlight something or review something that you would like to see me look at, just hit me up on one of those social DMs, and we'll work out the particulars to see what we do. And it'll be my pleasure, my honor, I'll be completely humbled to do so. Guys, this is He-Bot signing off with another episode of Toys in My Closet. Hope you enjoyed it the way I enjoyed doing it. Love you guys. Keep collecting, be safe doing it, and be respectful to others. Until the next one, peace out and bye-bye.